Hello and welcome back to Oort Online, and welcome to Let's Build a Castle, episode 12. We are a whole 12 episodes into this series. I've got no idea how close to being finished we are, but alas, it's a bit of fun anyway. My throat is killing me today, so apologies if I sound half dead, and also apologies for this episode being in 720p as well. I know there are some people that they enjoy the 1080p footage. I messed up again. I record this with open broadcast software and I forgot to set it to record in 1080p, but whatever the case. Anyway, we're building another extension of wall here just off of the base tower that holds up our one castle tower at the moment. This is actually, you can find this wall by going through the market area. I didn't actually record any footage that would show you how to get to there, but the point of that wall is that that kind of borders off and kind of just nicely outlines the market area and provides a point of reference, I suppose. But what we're going ahead and doing here is starting work on a road that is actually going to lead around the side and then behind the main castle keep and the royal garden. The royal garden is actually up on the hill, that cliff face that you can see there on the right. The royal garden is just up there a little bit. We're taking this road around, and in a moment we're going to be taking it through a hillside and, of course, as I said, around the back of the castle, because we need some farming areas. The castle needs a way to sustain itself, so I figured some nice farms would be the way to do it. I can't remember who it was, but someone did suggest quite some time ago that we put in some farming areas, so I figured this would be a nice way to do it. Now, this tunnel is something I'm actually quite happy with. It's a design I came up with a long time ago. I think I might have come up with it in Minecraft, and I've used it in tunnels on there as well, but it's basically, it's going to be a nice sturdy tunnel. It's going to have a gravel floor just to continue the pathway, the roadway that we have going on here. It's going to have these mossy stone bricks on the sides to make it look supported. There's going to be some wood in the walls as well, and I actually use some light gravel in the ceiling. And the light gravel actually looks really nice. The purpose of this tunnel, the reason it was so heavily reinforced, and the reason we didn't just go over the hill, was because I wanted just to remind people that you are still inside of the castle grounds. This is still part of the castle. But there you go. There's the finished tunnel. That's what it looks like. Something kind of simple, nicely lit up, and sturdy. That was the big thing I wanted with this tunnel. I wanted it to be sturdy. Anyway, coming out the other side here, we're just going to be continuing the path. This time, we didn't go through anything. We do go up and over lots of things here. And this is, you can just see the royal garden at the top of the frame there. And that gives you some reference to where we are. We are just down a cliff from the royal garden. As I said, I can't speak today. I have a sore throat. But I'm really happy with the way the terrain is. It's strange, it's weird, and it's hard to build on at times, but it stops me from being lazy. Instead of just having a straight path to somewhere, I go at angles and I go up and down, and all the slopes help make it just look that little bit better. And I'm really, really happy with how this all turns out. Now, a lot of this episode, as you probably gathered by this point, is going to be focused on building these paths. The reason for that is kind of simple. It's giving a bit of infrastructure. You can see, once again, the royal garden is right there. We are now behind the castle. This is an area we haven't touched yet. This is completely new, and it's kind of perfect for what I want to do. I want to put farms out here. I want to have farms on cliff edges and on hills and up above each other. And I want to have farmhouses at all different heights. And I want this area to look really quaint and really nice. So this area, as we continue to build it, is going to be mainly just a couple of little roads here and there with nice big fields. I don't know what I'll put in the fields yet. There's nothing really in Oort Online that looks like a crop, but we'll figure something out. You can see the keep there in the background. We are, as I said, behind it. I'm clearing some land here. I'm clearing the wool here, because this is actually going to be the site of one of the first fields. Now, we don't actually put anything in it in this episode. We just sort of outline it. I'm probably just going to dig it up and put down some dirt, and that way it'll look like it's been tilled over and like a farmer has been tending to his field, but I'm not entirely sure about that. We will have to come up with some ideas for the farms here, just to make them look like actual farms. We will be building a farmhouse as well to go along with this field. It won't just be one field per farmhouse, there will be multiple ones, but again, that'll come in the future. This is sort of the, I suppose this is the setting the foundations in place for a whole farming area, because that is That is what I want here. I want a nice big farm that's going to look absolutely fantastic. I want you to be able to walk along that road that you can see coming through there, and you're looking up on your right and you're seeing farmhouses up in the hills and on the left as well, and just trees everywhere and grass everywhere. I want this to look almost too good to be true, if I'm honest. I want something that looks almost too good to be true and really friendly and bright and bubbly and just a nice place to be. Because the castle itself is going to be kind of imposing. The keep is a little bit imposing. The market is sort of on that too good to be true aspect. So I want to start just continuing that. I want to make sure the farm is, in the way the market is, just too good to be true. Too kind, too friendly. I mean, there's nothing shady going on. It's not like we're murdering people in the depths of the castle, but, well, you know, if you ever find the castle and want to pretend that that's the case, then be my guest. Please just don't find the castle, though, at least until it's finished or protected with a beacon. Anyway, getting away from fantasy scenarios that are not really a thing, we're here just up the hill a little bit, and we're starting work on the first of the farmhouses. These are going to look a little bit different to the other buildings. These are actually built up with logs, cobblestone, and light gravel, so they're not actually going to be as bumpy as the other buildings have been, but I'm still quite happy with how it looks. I think it looks pretty good. This is sort of just a prototype one, though, so there is every chance this one will get torn down at some point. It doesn't quite turn out the exact way I wanted it to. That said, I'm quite happy with the size of it. I think the size of it looks good, and if these were, a couple of these were built and spread about the place, they would look exactly the way I want them to. So I think the design's good, I think the scale is good, I just think the layout, the shape of this one in particular is maybe a little bit boring. We don't actually finish it this episode either. That is something I should probably point out. We don't put windows on it. I don't do an interior. In my mind, building this, I knew that it was nothing more than what I said. It is just a prototype. It's an idea, and I actually would like your feedback on it. What would you like to see done to this kind of building to make it look more like a farmhouse? I will be putting barns about the place. I will be putting bits and pieces about the place that make it look more like a bunch of farms in the area as opposed to just random houses. Don't worry about that. But what specifically to this building do you think needs done to make it look more like a farmhouse? Leave all suggestions in the comment section, as I always suggest at the end of these videos anyway. Just going ahead and putting the roof on this, I might change that out to dark gravel. I might use the dark gravel slopes to make that roof look a little bit better. I think the building is too bright. I think the combination of light wood, the cobblestone's not that dark, and the really light roof as well just make it look a little bit too bright and friendly and rich. It's a farmer's house, you know. Anyway, we're going ahead here, and we're actually going to be walking through everything we built here, just to give you an idea of where it is. And really, that's going to be it. There's a bit of path there that I forgot to do, but outside of that, that is all for today. So thank you very much for watching. Episode 13 will, of course, be up very soon. There was a little bit of a delay between this episode and the last, but regardless, thank you very much for watching. As always, any suggestions can go in the comments section. I've been the Conflict Nerd, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.